Some things we are born into. Some things we are born without. Some things we choose for ourselves. Friendship is a choice, a voluntary action with many byproducts. Friends come and go, but their effect is everlasting, because subconsciously or not, the people who surround you influence you. The only difference is that you get to choose whether or not to act upon those influences, good or bad. There's only so much a friend can do to steer you in the direction that they want you to go into. In the end, your own will dictates what you do in the short amount of time that you have. This is a story that tells just that. High school is a race to get to class, a race to finish homework, a race to be on top. But will that all matter once it's over? It's not always the thought that counts, but rather the steps you take to implement that thought. No one can go into your mind and know that you mean best. You have to show it, because sometimes helping someone else get to the finish line is better than getting there alone. And when you're truly helping yourself, you're actually helping others. These two students were studying casually, but little did they know, both of their lives were about to change. Anything can happen at any moment, but there's a reason for why it happened at that given moment. He took out his Quran in order to put something else into his backpack. His friend turned his head at that precise moment before the Quran was put away. He picked it up, inquiring more information about it, soon to realize that it was a sign. His friend briefly explained what it was, what you do with it, and its significance to his life. He was fascinated by its message and just how it looked. He wanted to learn more, but he thought that he had more than enough time to research about it, so he kept it in the back of his mind and went on with his day. The two boys both headed to the gym for their usual session. They both enjoyed the sport and felt it brought them closer together. It was a time they looked forward to, and they always expected it to be there. It was finally a moment where they pushed everything aside and felt as if time was frozen. But alas, time is never frozen. It goes on and on. The ironic part is that we act like we are granted tomorrow, but we know for a fact that not even the next second is promised. He decided to take advantage of his free time and do research alone. He couldn't seem to shake the idea off his mind, so he realized that it must mean something. Disregarding what the media portrayed, he kept reading until the words were no longer just words. They had a powerful effect on him. He had an epiphany and realized that his time was limited, and in order to make the best of it, he had to make the most of it. It was all going so fast, and he felt that everything was different. Sometimes change occurs. It can be scary, but he had a loyal companion who was stable and remained the same throughout his friend's transition. The best teachers are often our closest friends, because they know our strengths and our weaknesses, our limits and our freedoms, and they want the best for us. We are our complete selves around them, because they accept us for who we are and everything that comes with us. Once you come to terms with the fact that something in your life is changing, you have two choices. You can accept it and take action to better it, or you can stay stagnant and let it change you. He chose to take action within the limited time he didn't even know he had. And that goes to show you that everything has a given time. He went in knowing that he was going to come out different, but what he didn't know was that it was just a matter of time.
Dude, what are you doing? That's my friend. Go!
neighborhood watch captain in Florida who shot and killed an unarmed 17-year-old.
A grand jury in New York City has refused to indict yet another white police officer said to have killed an unarmed black man.
White police officer seen here, not facing charges for holding down an unarmed black man.
12-year-old Tamir Rice playing with a gun outside a rec center. The gun turned out to be fake, and he was shot to death by a rookie police officer who says that he thought it was real.
In matters closer to home, a shocking triple murder in the college town of Chapel Hill, North Carolina, is being called a hate crime by the victim's family. All three victims were Muslim.
23-year-old Mohammed Taha Omar and 17-year-old Muhammad Tarab, along with one other man, were shot dead, execution style.
This is evidence that we don't always have a temporary sanctuary, something that provides us a means of escape from a difficult situation. And sometimes we don't have a lifeline until our life is actually on the line.